Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We have some big crypto news to talk about today, as well as going over the whale alerts, and those whale alerts will be at the end of the video as usual. So let's go ahead and get started. Up first, this is considerably the biggest news. This came out shortly after I did my video yesterday. XRP is now live over on Solana. So yes, if you want to participate with XRP, but you're also wanting to get more engaged in the Solana side, well, guess what? Now you get the best of both worlds. And from Rippleziety, you can now book over 2.2 million hotels and accommodations worldwide using XRP. I think that is absolutely amazing. I believe I heard a couple years ago that they were starting to introduce XRP with hotel booking. And with the report here from Rippleziety, it sounds like that's expanded quite a bit. Here we go. The XRP trademark is not owned by Ripple. It's actually held by the XRP Ledger Foundation, reinforcing XRP's neutral, decentralized nature. TGA went up $210 billion this week. This means the US Treasury extracted almost $210 billion from the markets. In January of 2026, Treasury did the same thing, which coincided with the crypto market top. So a little bit worrying there. White House crypto advisor Patrick Witt says the Clarity Act's main blocker is resolved. And hopefully we get that Clarity Act passed real soon. And up next, JP Morgan forecasts up to $8.4 billion in first-year inflows for XRP ETFs. Bitcoin spot selling has accelerated. Market is realizing that there's no actual ceasefire yet. So yeah, if you guys weren't following what's going on with politics, the Strait of Hormuz is not open like President Trump was saying yesterday. It was temporarily open, let's just say that. But now it's been closed again, and things are definitely rocky, especially with stuff going on. Well, including, I should say, things going on with Israel and Lebanon. Now moving on. Coinbase Derivatives files new crypto market maker program starting May 1st, 2026, with XRP included. South Korea president declares Bitcoin and crypto a national priority. XRP liquidity on Solana surges after about $1 billion in inflows. 1,080 million. Nice. The Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is now sitting at 26. So we've officially seen it starting to move out of the extreme fear into just fear territory. So it is still a fear zone. We're still very low. Look, I mean, we go what? Red, orange, yellow, then greenish, and real green, right? Yeah, we're basically in that orangish area now. We still got a long way to go. Massive. Swift confirms the shift is complete. Global cross-border payments now run on ISO 20022 with RippleNet already in the system. We also have 33 million RLUSD that was burned at the Treasury. XRP is now verified over on Moonshot. And let's go over the whale alerts. So first we have about 24 hours ago, $96 million in Bitcoin that went from an unknown wallet to Bitstamp. Then we have 91.4 million also going to Bitstamp. And then we have $308.8 million in Bitcoin. Again, going to Bitfinex. Sorry, not Bitstamp. This one went to Bitfinex. Then we have $100 million in USDT from Bitfinex to the Tether Treasury. 100 million USDT from the Tether Treasury to Bitfinex. So a little bit of back and forth there. $150 million in USDT from the Tether Treasury to Kraken. 150 million USDT from Kraken to an unknown wallet. 140 million USDT from Kraken to Aave. Then here we go, Unknown Whale 1 making the reappearance. $103 million in USDC from Aave to Unknown Whale 1. And then guess what? That went back to Aave. So we've been seeing that happening a lot. $231 million in Bitcoin from an unknown wallet to unknown wallet. We have $231 million in Bitcoin from an unknown wallet to OKEX. 160 million USDT from the Tether Treasury to Kraken. 1 billion USDT that was minted at the Tether Treasury. That is a very big one. 1 billion USDT minted. And then we have 130 million in USDT that went from Kraken over to Aave. And look at that. We haven't really had any other whale alerts in basically the last 8 hours. So it's gone pretty quiet, especially within that time span is what we've been seeing with this resurgence of issues between the Strait of Hormuz, Iran, the United States, Israel, Lebanon, all that stuff. Now taking a look over at XRP on the day chart. It is pretty bad today. So all those nice gains that took place yesterday, those are gone. We're seeing it dipping down a bit to the previous day. So we're back to levels that were on April 16th. We still have a level of support here at $1.40. What is good is we have a trend. It's not a strong trend, but we have a trend because we have 2 daily candle closures above the Fibonacci retracement zone. We have that of April 16th and April 17th. Both of those closing above are good signs, but they're not guarantees because you can go back here. You can look. We had a candle closure March 14th, 15th, 16th. So that was actually a strong trend. The next day popped up even higher. And then what ended up happening? We had 6 days in a row of red. Tried to recover a little bit and then just came down, went sideways for a while, trying to make itself back up. But it's still really rough out there. So keep an eye on $1.40, $1.50 right now. More recent level of resistance, $1.51. And that's what I got, guys. So you can go check me out over on Blue Sky. I am trying to get to 100 followers there. I'm currently at 55, so thank you everybody that is following me. At Crypto Atlas, and if you want to show any extra level of support, you can become a YouTube member, or you can find me on Patreon. I'm Crypto Atlas over there. But thank you guys so much for all your support. I hope you have a great day. Be safe. God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.